What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Inside Us podcast under the Inside Me podcast. That's right. We're 69 and baby. Now, this week's episode is a very special guest. He's got an upcoming fight, but he's a master of all trades. And by all trades, I mean any means, any hustle, he's doing it. You feel me? Dude's got an amazing work ethic, and he's probably one of the baddest human beings on the planet. So I'd like you guys to please enjoy the Inside Us second episode with Chino, the Grenade, Duarte. I will say this. I apologize for the audio. I thought it was going to come out a little bit clearer, so before you guys start roasting me in the fucking comments, I already fixed the problem. I got a new mic heading on the way, okay? So before you start roasting me, I'm telling you, yeah, I'm solving the issue. I'm aware. So just enjoy the episode. We'll have him on after his fight on February 6th, okay? This episode, we wind up talking about a lot of different things. I think you guys are really going to enjoy it, all right? It's my longest episode yet, and it just felt like a free-flowing conversation. You guys are going to feel like you're involved inside us. Inside us. No, but shout out to everybody that's helping him along his journey in order to get to the fight down in Myrtle Beach, February 6th. Ultimate Battlegrounds, throwing it on. All right? Without further ado, please enjoy the podcast. All right. We got a very special guest today. He is not only a man of multiple trades, but to me, the most important trade, which is the art of killing and being able to dismember your opponents. Very special guest, Chino, the Grenade, Duarte. So how you been, man? How's everything going?
I've been
cutting and stuff.
As far as my weight cut and stuff, everything good, man. We was able to negotiate a little higher weight, I guess, for the benefit of my opponent.
So is it like a catch weight? Kind of like
they're gonna do a catch weight at 160.
Okay.
Normally, I walk around 167, 170 on a good day. And that's after, like I said, some Chinese food, and a good day. So now that everything is cleaned up, I get nice and fit, nice and slim. Yeah. Now I start doing the cut very, very easy. So 160 to me it's nothing. I take a pump away, tongue a dump, take a piss, and we're there. So now it's just staying focused on the cardio, making sure that my body is processing everything the right way, making sure that
going into the fight healthy, right? I think that's what everybody forgets is that the weight cut's cool and people can kill themselves, like Jose Aldo. He should not be fighting at featherweight, right? Yeah, he's a little bit thicker than that. So to have somebody dangerously cut their weight just to make it is pretty. It puts you at such a disposition in the fight, right? Because when you're super hydrating the next day, right, you're flooding your body. You got no electrolytes, and then that's, I think, when the guys either get knocked out because their body's already fatigued, they're not moving, not moving as quick, right?
Absolutely.
And then they get clipped, right?
That's the worst part.
It's really how it happens.
Whenever your body is, and a lot of the times when you do those big weight cuts like that, you become, you want to be the bigger guy, but in a way, your body don't recover that fast. So if you're doing these cuts for months and months and months, and then next thing you know, you just 8-9 pounds overnight just to get to a weight, your body doesn't recover as easy. So me knowing my body, I know how it works, and my opponent Justin wanted to do it at 160, and they kept negotiating and trying to make it happen. And
so are you guys fighting? I was looking at your fights previously. Are you guys fighting under the XFP, the Extreme Fighting Promotions?
No. This one is actually XFP is another promotion company where I did a few of my amateur fights under. Yeah. I actually won a lightweight title over there, and they were just a different company where I just was building up my record and all that stuff. And then Ultimate Battleground is another local in North Carolina that is actually ran by Derek Brunson, UFC fighter. Okay. So the opportunity was there, and they were looking for fights. They had one not too long ago, and I was watching it, and I'm like, wow, they set up pretty good. They set up this time. So
how do you think it's going to be? Are they going to have crowds? Is it going to be weird for you? I know you feed off the energy.
Actually, I do feed off the energy. I'm a very energetic fighter. But There are gonna have a crowd this time, so
Yeah.
we're blessed.
Let's go, South
to
Carolina,
have it.
Myrtle Beach.
We're going to Myrtle Beach. We're going to South Carolina. They're gonna have a crowd. So the thing is, this is the trick. It's gonna be limited.
Yeah.
So we have to make sure that if we're getting tickets, we got to get them right away as soon as they drop. As soon as they drop, jump on it right away.
Where can people pick those tickets up?
We're gonna have a few different spots. Just off the top of my head, for sure, guaranteed. I know they will be at Martial Arts and More.
Yep.
They will be at Faith Factor Barbershop. You can ask my boy Cruz down there or my boy Trini.
Okay.
And Brown Derby, working at Brown Derby pub to get it to be selling the tickets.
Awesome.
So
and
those
then
are three big of my big sponsors. Of mine, so shout out to all of them.
Hell yeah. So locally, are you guys? Is there going to be any streaming of it, or are you just trying to get everybody down there?
I prefer everybody down there just because, like I said, the energy. I love it. Everybody's screaming. That just the other day we had a small sparring match that I had, and all the kids were there for the Christmas and stuff, and they saw Coach Chino in there, and all of a sudden they just started cheering.
Was that with Alexander?
Big Alexander. Yeah.
All right. So just for everybody listening, this man looks like if he slapped your girl's ass, there's absolutely nothing you're doing, right? And if I'm telling you, I rolled with this guy. When he gets a hold of you, it's like a gorilla has just gripped your hand. It is not only terrible, it's good because I'm not saying I'm terrified. I know he's not going to hurt me, but God damn, that dude can wrestle. So as soon as he arm dragged me, I was like, oh no, I'm in big trouble. He had taken my back. He could have suplexed me whenever he wanted. It was ridiculous. So this guy's big. He's
solid, man. So real quick, when I met Alexander's, I was getting ready for SpongeBob actually, and he's really cool friend with Jim Wright, which is my coach, and they focus on just making sure they bring me a different challenge every time. We don't stay in the same pattern with just the students. Mm-hmm. We try to bring, bigger challenges, stronger guys, wrestlers or whatnot. So he mentions Alexander, and I'm like, well, bring him in, we'll train. All of a sudden, this guy walks in. He has this Superman shirt. Mm-hmm. By the way, he didn't have all those tattoos then. Yeah. He got this Superman shirt, and all you see is just pure muscle behind him. And I'm like, okay, this is the guy we're rolling with. Yeah. He shoots, dude, and just took me down, and I'm like, oh, holy moly.
It'll make your soul leave your body.
Quick, fast, in a hurry. So I was like, holy crap, this is going to be good. We grappled, and long story short, they bring him back for this camp with Justin, and he comes in, and I see him. He's tatted up from head. He looked scary already as it was. Yeah. With no tattoos. Mm-hmm. Now that you see him, he got a spider web on his eye. He got tattoos on his hand. He is covered up from head to toe. And if you see him on Instagram, this man is doing push-ups over here, upside down push-ups. The guy's a beast. There's no question about it. So shout out my boy Alexander for watching, So yeah, man, they brought him through, and when he brought him through the second time, I'm like, wow, what a different. You can put them into and I have pictures. I have pictures of us, and it's wow, it's two different guys. There's no way. Even my fiance was like, babe, that's not him. That's not. And I'm like, babe, I swear it is. And she was like, there's no way. She's fighting with me. I'm like, I'm telling you, look him up. And she's quick, fast in a hurry. She's like, oh my God, that is him. She's freaking out. We're both freaking out. I told you, it is him.
I think in order to be a female these days, you have to be able to do that detective shit real quick.
Absolutely. And she has it. Shout out my baby Veronica, by the way. She has it. I give her a name. I'll have a promoter in my inbox.
He had his credit pulled 4 weeks ago. He was looking for a car.
Everything. Everything. Name it from, everything. She'll find your Instagram, your Facebook, your Twitter. Name it. She'll have you. Records, lost knockout, what do you lose by, everything. She'll find you, and it's insane. So shout out my baby Veronica for supporting me. She's also big into my diet and all that.
She's also your biggest fan, man. I'll tell you what, you guys are awesome to watch, especially in the gym, man. So for everybody that doesn't know, they both train together. Is she doing kickboxing or Muay Thai? Is she trying to do MMA?
She fights MMA. Okay. She fights MMA, and that's we met at the gym. Okay. I was working at another gym, and I was teaching boxing at that gym, and she always walked in.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as she walked in, she just made sure I helped her with her hand
Yep.
wraps. And it was like, hey, will you help me with your hand wraps? And
Yeah.
one
You
day
just
the
know how to
hands
wrap
look
them, right?
good.
Yeah.
The second day the nails are looking nice.
Yeah.
Third day you're smelling a little too good. So here I am, like, and hey, here we are.
There you
A
are.
baby later.
It's almost a decade now, right? You guys have
Going
been
almost
together.
on a decade.
Wow.
7.
And that's the same with me. Yeah, we're so 2013, me and my wife got married, and it's like mind-boggling to people when I tell them that I'm 27, I'm married, 2 kids, and a mortgage. They're like, "What are you, like 50 years old, dude?" And I'm like, "I feel 50. I feel 50. My knees hurt, dog."
So yeah, and then she just kept doing the MMA, and she wanted to fight. And we started training her.
There it is.
Just started training her, and her first fight, she went out and fought. I think it was like 3rd-degree black belt, karate or taekwondo or something like that. I mean, this girl was like throwing kicks from everywhere, and I'm like, oh my god, she can kick. But take her down, apply pressure, and stay there. And the entire time, it was like I'm saying it and she's doing it. I'm saying it and she's doing it, and that's what got her through the fight. So it was an awesome fight. Right now, we normally don't prepare together for the same fights because it's so much like, she's cutting weight, I'm cutting weight, this and that, everything's happening. Angry. We got the kids, everything. So also I'm at the gym all the time. So, it's too much pressure. But after this, this Ultimate Battleground coming up in February, hopefully we'll start setting it up.
Things get back to normal.
For sure.
Start training.
We'll set her up for something. We got a tournament coming up for the kickboxers that I teach. In March. Yeah. So I'll be setting them up for that, getting them.
I want to try and get in on that. I'm telling you. So I'm supposed to be going to this course end of January, and it's a rough one. This next course that I'm going to, it's gonna boost my my resume as far as like the military goes. So I'm excited, but I'm nervous too because this course is no joke. They essentially throw you to the wolves, right? And you just kind of have to survive. I'm gonna lose mad weight. I know
nice
I
and light, quick.
Yeah,
exactly. That's what we need.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That holiday weight needs to come off stat. So Papa's got a lot of burning energy.
For sure.
I'd love to get in on that. But what I wanted to get to. So in the beginning of the podcast, dude, I mentioned kind of all the tools of the trade that you use. And one thing I think a lot of people admire about you is not only your ability to coach, it's your hustle, man. You got such a big hustle, right?
For sure.
If it's not Fade Factor, right?
For sure.
If it's not that, you're rapping, you're dropping music,
right?
Music,
for sure. We're doing a little bit of everything, like you said. And from day one, I grew up with my great grandparents in Puerto Rico, and it was like we don't sit down here. Yeah. You have to get up. Yep. You have to go get it.
We work.
And I'm talking about and this is true story. 11 years old. 11 years old, I'm up in my little 20-inch bicycle riding out to the supermarket. And I used to sit there early in the morning so I could be one of the kids picked because they only picked up to bag for tips.
Hell yeah.
Not even like on the payroll. It was just for tips.
Yeah.
I mean, my nice little $20 or something. 11 years old, $20 at that time. We're good. We go get the pizza down the corner,
We grab a slice, get a Monster.
Exactly. So, always from day one, my great grandparents put that in my head. It was, hustle, never stop, always keep going. And you're gonna have, trials, tribulations. There's gonna be all kinds of stuff that come in between.
Yeah, there's always gonna be stuff that
you have to keep pushing. You have to keep going. And that's one thing that I always learned. I fell, scraped my knees, got back up, shake it off. Let's go.
I'm having that issue with my kids. So my son, man, everything's got to be some form of reward, and I'm thinking in my head how I'm gonna breed some form of hustle into him. Yeah. Look, I don't want to say I grew up poor, right? But we didn't have everything we wanted, and I think that was where some of the drive comes from, right? Like, I think family-wise, I had enough like emotional and mental enrichment from my mom, and that brought some of the hustle into me because I wanted to work for things to lighten the load on my mom. Right. These kids, they got everything now, right?
It's so easy for them nowadays.
It's so easy. There's
Same
no
with
way that like you
Dude,
can have
my 5-year-old has a cell phone. I'm like, I would have killed at 5 years old to have a cell phone nowadays. Like,
hold up, I can text girls, bro.
What? I can text you.
Yeah, I was thinking about that. I'm trying to teach him how to ride a bike, man. He's still on the training wheels, so I was like, yo, we're taking these off, and you're gonna learn how to ride a bike. And he's like, oh, are we done yet? And I'm like, yo, do you know the freedom you'll have if you know how to ride a bike? The street lights are off, or when the street lights are on, you come home. That's it. That's how I'm gonna raise them.
That's right? How it used to be.
But some of it's scary as fuck because when you're like now, like back in the day, there were no websites you could search to like show how many sexual predators are in your area. I promise you that shit is like the back of a fucking acneed out kid in fucking high school. That shit is everywhere, dog. So it's terrifying. Like I want my kids to like go and have that freedom, but I also don't want them scooped up by Jack the Ripper.
Well, nowadays things are so crazy out here. But hey, that's why we teach them martial arts. I wish somebody would try one of mine, because then you're gonna be like in 5 minutes here. Have him back. You can have him back. He's been beating my ass the whole time. You can have him back.
After he Kimura the fuck out of your arm, you get the hand back.
Snap him out.
Lennon hit me with a double leg the other day. I shit you not. I'm playing around with him, and I'm telling him to roll his shoulders. Right? Yeah. He rolls his shoulders and immediately changed levels and just shot in. And I was like, awesome. I'm so fucking proud of you right now, dog. I gave him Oreos. It was like a treat. I was like, boom,
you can have it.
Come on, you got the treat.
So with me, it's now laters. we got now laters.
Yeah.
And my son he's just getting good at kicking. Good at kicking.
I see you guys doing all the work in the cage.
We do it all. I try to have him, doing from mid work to shadow boxing to, pad work, getting back to the bag, learning how to jump rope.
Yep.
All this is part of it.
Yep.
So, I see him following up my steps.
Yep.
I have to make sure that my steps are clear and my steps are going the right way, because he tries to do everything legit. Everything
that's everything though. That's like
that's my mini me.
Span. Yeah.
That's my mini me. Like if I put my hat sideways, he is with the hat sideways, and he walk around with my stuff on, and I'm a very flashy guy. Yeah. Some people call me cocky, some other call me arrogant. It is what it is. I think it's just a level of confidence that they can't reach, and I already have been there. But it is what it is. That's just me. So, my kids are following up, and they see everything I do and all that,
Yep.
Fresh haircut. He makes sure his hair is done every day before, shout out Faye Frackel Barbershop for keeping me fresh.
Hell yeah.
But fresh haircut. He makes sure every day, hey, Dad, we got to go to the gym. Slice me into the side, get me right. I want this way. I want this that way. So, he's following up our steps, and, it's big for us as parents to go ahead and just make sure that we're doing the right things and taking the right steps, so that way they can follow up. And,
now that's the hardest part, man, is like picking which things you want to teach them, because like everybody's, I think, obviously people make mistakes, right? But like you have to in your own learn from your own mistake in order to teach it, right? Like you can't be a master unless you've learned from it, right? Like
for sure.
People, here's the number one thing I hate is motherfuckers that are hating, right? And they're always the ones that either haven't done shit with their life or they're not doing shit with their life. They have no direction, right? So they're just shitting on your content.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Oh yeah.
And it's like, bro, I'm doing the fucking thing.
And I'm gonna do it no matter what.
If you can do it better, you let me know and I'll see if I can hire you.
Yeah, and I'm gonna do it no matter what. Simple, I always tell all my people, hey, we can't do it without the haters. Mm-hmm. The haters are the number one fans.
Hey, Floyd Mayweather. There was
Floyd Mayweather is number one example. Yep. Number one example of
everybody wants to buy his pay-per-view to
see him get beat down. Yeah. But guess what? This man does it so well that it sells. He got your money because you still buy it. I want to see him get knocked out. You went out there and spent $60-something on a pay-per-view, maybe $80 because it's Mayweather. Yeah. So it's like, you still bought it. He still got your money. Majority of times, or 50-0 now, I think it is. He made you wrong, you got
outclassed.
Exactly.
You got outboxed.
It's part of the game.
It's all
part of the game.
That's why I love McGregor so much. Like
Conor McGregor.
The only time I was like falling off with Conor McGregor is when he punched that old dude in the face at the bar. Come on. Yeah, right? So like when he had done that and then he like didn't double down on it, he apologized. I was like, yo, live your best life. You don't owe nobody nothing. I understand. Look, motherfucker wants to test you, right?
Old people can get their hands too.
I tell you what, I have mixed feelings about that. I have mixed feelings about that because me personally, I will check an old man just as fast as I would check a young buck, and it has happened.
Yeah.
But different levels of checking.
Yeah.
You know, a young buck, smack them up a little bit, shake them up a little bit. All right, boom, whatever. Old man, make them feel this small with just your words. You know that going toe to toe with this man is gonna, you know.
Unless
this small, bro, I will make sure I make you feel this small when I'm done with you, just by words, just making sure psychologically I'm just screwing you. Yep. So, like I said, mixed feelings of it. But yeah, the old people can get it too now. You get crazy out the mouth, I'll put you right back in line. I'll put you right back in there.
I always, my buddy, so I'm nauseating when it comes to jiu-jitsu, and I fell in love with it. I've been doing it for almost 2 years now. It's more rough. I'm telling you right now, it's the worst when I miss days and I come back and I'm like, I just feel slow. Everything's not crisp, right? What I'm getting at is that I'm always pushing jiu-jitsu on people, and some of the fucking funniest memes I think I've ever seen are the ones where it's like, you guys are doing all this martial arts, and then it's like a picture of a dude holding a gun. And it's like, what are you gonna do against that? It's like, come on, man. I'm just trying to be a better human, man.
Hey, I tell you, I can't bite a bullet. I'm not gonna be able to stop the bullet.
Look, you might get a 1.9 mil off on me, but then I'm clipping you with that Jorge Masvidal.
Yes.
3 pieces of soda. I don't care if I'm bleeding out.
I do some Deadpool shit. Hey, you better count. You better count. Because if you miss and you only had 6, I'm coming for your ass.
Oh, shit. No, so to get back to the multi-grind, right? So what started the rap? Did you just have a buddy that had a mic and you just like, yo, let's just do it? Like,
it's crazy, man. It's crazy. The rapping, music always been in.
Yeah.
Those that know. Yep. I've been singing since I was in actually taking it back, middle school, 6th grade. I in Puerto Rico, I sang the national anthem over there in a Puerto Rican song from Mark Anthony.
Who is your guys' God, by the way? I'm not Puerto Rican. That is your Jesus.
I sung Preciosa in 6th grade graduation in Puerto Rico.
Hell yeah.
And it's from Mark Anthony. Mark Anthony wrote that song, so shout out Mark Anthony for an awesome song. But yeah, and it's just always been in me. I always wrote. I always had that like poetry in me.
Yeah, it's like an art, because I think it translates directly to MMA as well. It's an art, right? So
yeah, for sure.
Art. I feel the same way, man. If I'm not drawing, I'm listening to music. I'm singing in the friggin' shower. I'm doing everything. Like if there's an expression I can put out, like I'm
just
doing
put it out.
And that's what I'm trying to teach the kids too, because like they'll like start coloring and they mess up a line. I'm like, nah, that's paint it how you want to paint it. That's
however it comes out. As long as you think in your eye and you're happy with it, that's it. Simple as that. We're a little different. We all a little different. And this is my way of liking stuff, so that's it. Simple, you know. But yeah, I always sing. I 6th grade graduation, I sung that. Then as I was getting older, I always used to take these long walks with my sisters. I got 4 sisters. Shout out to my sisters, by the way. I got 4 sisters, and we used to take like these long walks back in Las Vegas, from friend to friend house. Yeah. Like, we're gonna go visit such and such, and we'll just take off, and we'll be walking, dude. And some of us sometimes we'll jump on a bus, but we'll be walking and just start freestyling.
There you go.
And my sisters will do like little noises in the background, and I'm over here on the, just spitting, and the whole time we're kids. We're just going and going and going. And then, like I said, it's always been there. I was fighting after the SpongeBob fight. Yeah. I was prepping myself for my pro debut. Then I got injured. Yeah. So my injury sat me down. I think I was down for almost 6 months.
The SpongeBob one, that was Billy Gray. You had a little bit of a slip there.
Yeah, Billy Gray was fun. That was actually my first fight with Ultimate Battleground.
Yeah.
And that was in Wilmington. And they had that outside. It was raining. This is a crazy ass story. It was set up at a volleyball court, type beach volleyball scenario.
We're definitely gonna pull up the video. I have it over.
Oh, it'll be awesome.
Yeah.
And it was like set up outside. Then the night hit,
dew
and the
all that, like,
lights
residual.
and everything
Yeah.
wasn't as bright as it was. Like, I think it was like their first show or second show, so they were still trying to learn everything
Yeah,
out.
they're figuring it out as they're.
It was cold. It was raining. Like in between rounds, you could see 6-7 people in the cage, like trying to mop the
And it was
floor
that weird
with
canvas
towels
too,
and
right?
stuff.
It was
Yeah,
like
it
that
was very
matte
slippery.
canvas. Yeah.
And I'm a dancer in there. I like to move around. My footwork is very, very
great.
like. I mean, that's my thing, you know. As soon as I get my quick little dancing, I'm like, take a step back, swoom, hit the ground, and I'm
I
like,
saw it.
holy crap! He was like, what the heck happened?
Yeah.
Like, why did he fall?
Because I think he was expecting to check a kick, and I think his leg comes up a little bit, but then you slip, and then he's like,
I'm going in. Yeah. It was so crazy. Then I remember we go to the corner. My people, it was because the way they had it set up, the fans that were standing up were very close to the cage.
Yeah,
so it was like they were like right next to me, and I go to the corner. I didn't even know there was a plan B.
Yeah.
But my Coach James go, hey, plan B. We're standing and banging, so just bite that mouthpiece down. And I'm like,
went straight Max Holloway.
all right, let's go. And that's me. That's where I come from. I love to just man. Bite down that mouthpiece and let's go. We'll leave the pretty boy for later. Mm-hmm. Right now we're rocking, right? So that's it. As soon as we went for it, we just combinations were kept coming out of everywhere.
So I'm gonna
and my lovely leg kick.
I'm gonna let everybody, if you guys want to search it, it's you can search up Chino the Grenade Duarte on YouTube. I'll put a link in it to all his fights at the bottom of this video. But this check hook is beautiful. It found a home. I think almost every single time you threw it. Every time you threw that thing, he was just getting answered. And I think the number one thing I noticed about it too, I could see his inexperience. When you watch guys who like know how to get hit, he kept backing away every time you kept stinging him. Yeah. And I was like, damn, like that's got to be so mind-boggling in it because you don't realize you're doing it when you're getting hit.
Right.
I remember the first time we sparred, you hit me with a head kick, right? And I was literally like running away from you. I was like, I just embarrassed myself. Chino just knows I've never been fucking kicked before. No.
Kicking, man, kicking. I'm a natural boxer.
Yeah.
I'm a natural boxer, but I started doing like I done a little bit of Taekwondo. Mm-hmm. I done a little bit of Muay Thai.
Yep.
And I did some kickboxing.
It shows.
And then it was just I'm gonna put everything together and see how it works.
Yeah.
So I dance a little bit with the whole macho Camacho style, cockiness, putting my face coming back, and as soon as you're leaning forward, legs are flying at you. So I started adding everything together, and it's crazy because I got really good at it, at just cutting angles and just hitting you with that check hook, cutting outside, hitting you with the leg kick. Like it's just that's my game.
That's the number one thing you've told all of us. One is head movement, moving off that center line
for sure,
and making sure like each strike is a forward advancement.
Absolutely.
And I love that mentality about your fight style because it shows in that fight. I'm gonna put the link in the video, but it shows in the fight because every single time you're coming forward, man, this kid's just on his heels, like reacting rather than being proactive.
Pressure.
Yeah, that pressure is just insane. And it's crazy too because when I look at your guys' fights, like coming from the pros, like when you watch like UFC and big events, right? And then you watch your guys' events, you are striking like high-level strikers in the UFC. That could be like an option one day, right? Like
for sure.
Right?
I mean, that's hopefully the goal.
Yeah.
Not quite just UFC. Right. Like
Bellator.
I'll take Bellator. I'll take one. Yeah. I'll take. There's a bunch of new little promotions coming up and coming.
Is it Professor Watson, right? Enrique. Professor, right?
Yeah.
I know it's different. So I'm gonna ask this question. I fuck it up every single time, and I can see in Nate's eyes. He hates when I call him coach. He hates it. So I'm not a fighter, right? But like I would see you call him coach, so I'm like, I'm just calling him coach. That's way easier than sensei. I'm not doing karate, right?
I mix it up. Like there's days I'll come out, hey sensei, because he is a black belt.
He is a black belt.
Jet black belt under Kempo karate under sensei, right? So I just sometimes sensei whenever we're in the cage. That's coach.
Coach, yeah.
Whenever we're out of the cage and we're doing our own thing, that's my best friend. That's my brother. That's Nate.
Yep.
That's it. And he knows it. Shout out to Nate for being there for me. That's my brain outside of the cage.
So my question is like, when is it like self-proclaimed names? Like, right? So you wouldn't call Sensei Nate Professor Nate, right? Because he's not like strictly a jiu-jitsu practitioner, right? Is that where it happens? Where like the professors of jiu-jitsu, is that where it is? Or because do you call like Jim Wright Sensei, Sensei Wright, and Sensei Nate, you call them Sensei because they know multiple disciplines? Is that where it comes from?
No, well, I mean, it has a side, like the karate of it. A lot of them are sensei.
Yeah.
Then you have the jiu-jitsu side of it. That a lot of them are professor. You have Professor Raider that comes all the time, solid black belt. If you want to call Sensei Nate, I would say he's a professor too, because he's a black belt in the pan craze. Same with Jim Wright.
It's just like it's always been weird to me, those designations. I don't know which one.
I get you. I get you. I can kind of see why.
It's like you have a Uno hand, and you're like, shit, do I put the draw forward?
Which one do I play? They're both right, but which one do I put down, right? So, it's pretty much, like that. I've been, times that I even catch myself. We're at the jiu-jitsu tournament. I'm like, Sensei, hey, Sensei. And then I realized, oh, wait, this is a jiu-jitsu tournament, so maybe I should say professor.
Yeah.
Professor, you know what I'm saying? So then people's like, wait a minute. What's happening?
You'll see all the old heads going, who's calling me?
Correct. Right? So you're like, wait a minute, who they're talking about? Me? Shit. So, it's really what you want to call them.
So, as far as going, because you're already pro, so as far as the promotions, right, is that how you kind of move up and where you sign your contracts? So, like, UFC is a promoter, right? Bellator is a promoter. They're just big promoters,
Promotion
right?
Company.
And then, so how does it happen where you kind of pull yourself out of the local scene into the worldwide? Is it just like knowing the right person? Or is it like, because like Kimbo Slice made it on, and that man was banging in backyards, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly. and we all started there. That's why I started, I started same way with, banging out in the living room. And, here, put these UFC gloves on, and it was like, no rules, ready, fight. And they just, flip phones recording, like, let's go,
never back down in the middle of a parking lot.
Kind of stuff, crazy stuff like that. And that's why I started back in Vegas. It was,
oh, shit, you're from Vegas.
I'm from Las Vegas, yeah.
Oh,
I'm originally from Las Vegas. Well, I came from Puerto Rico to Las Vegas.
To Vegas.
I had my teens in Las Vegas, and then I moved down to North Carolina.
Did you have family there?
I still have family out there. I got all my sisters out there right now.
City of Sins.
The Sin City, baby. So, that's where I started. That's where I started. Just, I remember one time I was just sitting at a living room, and they brought this big old guy and was like, hey, Chino, do you want to fight this guy? And I'm like, let's do it. All of a sudden, I'm like looking, we got these little gloves on. All I know is hands. I don't know nothing about the ground. All I know is hands. He was just huge. He was just this big country teddy bear, like that. So all of a sudden, dude, I just threw it. Head down, no technique, overhand, boom, and landed right on his eye. And as soon as it hit him, like his eyes swelled up, an instant stop. Everything went. All right, I'm done. I'm done. Nobody wants to fight no more. Everything was done. The whole thing was done. So it was like, holy crap, I can hit something. Like,
so how was it growing up in Vegas? I'm always curious because I grew up in Jersey, and while there were there's enough of the hood where I'm from that I feel like Vegas is one big hood. Right? I mean, you get everybody's there to cause a ruckus. Everybody thinks they're gonna change Vegas for the rest of existence. And it's like, bitch, you work a 9 to 5. You're here on a fucking Marriott Rewards vacation. Get the fuck out of here.
Like a lot of people ask me, why did you come to North Carolina from Vegas? And it's like,
scenery.
You
don't go to the coast. I had seen water in fucking 7 years. You don't
get it, But Vegas, man, where I grew up in Las Vegas, I grew up in a little neighborhood right behind the Stratosphere. They call it the Naked City.
The Naked City.
The Naked City. I mean, I tell you, in there, that was when I first landed to Las Vegas, where I went to.
Yeah.
And I tell you, that neighborhood right there, dude, it was insane.
Yeah.
I mean, you see them coming in with Rolex, Lexus, the whole shebang.
Yeah.
A week later, you'll see them with a crack pipe, down the street asking you for meth and stuff, and you're like, dude, I just saw you with a Lexus the other day, like this big old. They'll put it all on the line and end up in this neighborhood, and it was so bad, man. People getting robbed, all kinds of crazy stuff.
It's sad as fuck.
And it's so bad, you know. So,
in our area, the town I'm from, it's called Ocean Grove. It's literally a square mile on the Jersey coast, right? But like right next to it is Asbury and Neptune. And these areas sometimes have rival gangs. Like the cops are very rough, right? It's just a rugged area. And when you say you're from Ocean Grove, it just doesn't sound as cool, dog. But like I grew up in Asbury and in Neptune. That's like where all my people were at. So we would see it too, because like motherfuckers would. So the neighborhood I'm from, they call it the old gay neighborhood because it's the only people that live there are old people and gay people, right? They're like taking the coast back. So when you say you're from Ocean Grove, it just feels weird. So I just say I'm from the other parts, but you could see the bleed over because the areas are so close, right? You would like if you were out past like 11 o'clock, dog, you were seeing the zombies coming out.
Yeah, for sure.
Necks and fucking.
Pretty much.
I'm like, bitch, I'm underage. What the fuck?
Got some cheeseburgers.
Got some cheeseburgers.
For sure, man.
Like crazy, dog. And motherfuckers, dude, they these motherfuckers will literally they get so sturdy too. Like especially if you don't want to give them change, like. You could be just walking out of the corner store, right? And they see you have $2 and like, yo, let me get that $2. You're like, dog, I just had $2.
Bro.
It's a monster, bro.
Exactly. Ramen noodles, bro. Like, get off of me, bro. Yeah. But I mean, yeah, that's how it was in Vegas, man. I every neighborhood I lived, very low income where we came, you know. So we were on all the little low
working
income
class
houses,
people, dog.
right? And every single time. They'll move us. Yeah. They'll move us to another gang neighborhood. So here we are from the Naked City to up to the west side where they had the 60 Crips and the Bloods and all that. Yeah. Like legit, where I live was like one street dividing Bloods from Crips, and the only area that was neutral was the corner store. Yeah. So it was like if you get caught out there the wrong colors or whatnot, you're
that's a shame too, because I love how I look in blue, but I really feel like if I were to join a gang, it would be the Bloods, right? I always think about this shit when I'm watching these documentaries. Look at my fucking white ass, dog. I'm never gonna fucking join a gang. I feel like dude, blue fits me, right? But like this is just the dumb white conversation that I'm having.
I cannot see you with a blue bandana coming across like half.
Blue fits my eyes better, but like blood, right? Like if I get shot, you're not gonna be able to see it.
All right, Deadpool.
No, that shit's, and it was crazy because we had like not gang wars. I think everybody had different sets. I tried keeping myself away from it, but obviously it would bleed over in school and shit. Yeah. Like we had cops at our school, so like it would bleed over. Like literally one of our homecoming dances, it got shot out, and like somebody had like brought a knife, and it was like this big fucking thing. Shit got canceled. There is no way, I swear, the principals in hoods, man, they're just like the president. They do their 4-year term, and their hair is white. They're losing it, dog. Like there is absolutely nothing they can do to prevent this shit, and it's bad, man. Like the neighborhood, and here's the thing: our school wasn't bad at all. The teachers were nice, some of them, but I think that's every school. But the facility was dope, man. They had this big ass statue. So I went to Neptune High School, and our mascot was Neptune. No shit, like King Neptune. So they had this like goofy motherfucker in this like Neptune thing during football games. Motherfucker would always get like tabletopped and shit. And they put so much money into that school, and it's just like the military, man. People they start living nice, but then you get some grungy motherfuckers in there, and they just ruin it. Dog. Yeah. Like some of the barracks that are here on base, they're so nice. Like they have like key cards.
Bro, like I know. I went one time and I'm like, what is this? A hotel? No, this is just a barracks. I'm like, damn, elevator and everything. Like what?
And it's crazy. I'm like, because that's not the days I grew up. Dude, when I hit the fleet, man, motherfuckers were getting hung off like second-story balconies. Shit was just getting crazy. A lot of guys were dealing with their PTSD from the Afghan war, so like they were just putting it out on us as us fucking like young bucks. And it is fucking insane to like watch these guys just trash these barracks. All you gotta do is clean your room once a week.
Be clean,
bro. Be clean. And those are the same motherfuckers that are out there wearing the same shit for like a 7-day field op, sweating in it, like
walking
middle of like
like
Carolina July weather. And it's like, bitch, you're not gonna baby wipe your ass.
Bro, those are the ones that I don't cut.
No.
When they come to the barbershop smelling like ass crack, all
yeah.
kind of ringworms happening and stuff, I'm like, nah,
I always make
bro.
sure I shower, and I'm like, I go there clean, hair's nice conditioned. I don't even gel it when I go
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
I
So
want to-
disrespectful.
Yeah. It's so.
If you're pulling up to your barber with hair gel on, you're disrespectful.
Yeah,
You're
dog.
wrong. You care
You know he's
nothing
gonna
for my
do it for
clippers.
you. He's going to do it for you. All right, you got the pomade.
Hey, but yeah.
Are you a big fan of what the fuck is that shit called? Is it Jerry's? Oh, what's that? What's that fucking orange tin of like thick ass pomade, dog? Jerry's?
The Gorilla Snot.
Ooh, I think that might be
That
it.
is so thick
so
and nasty.
sticky, dog.
I tell you what, though, when the comb overs first started coming back and being a thing,
Mhm.
all the barbers out here, that was the go. That was the way out. It was like, dude, Gorilla Glue is so thick. If they want it combed over,
No fucking way.
and it will comb over.
Yeah.
I promise you it will. Every
And that's
barber
those
out here
motherfuckers
was
with the
doing
like
it.
extra curly hair too that are doing it. And it's like, bro, you don't got the head for it. Just
No,
do
the
that.
worst is when they come at you with a picture of a comb over, right? And it's a white guy on the picture, and it's a black dude with the comb over. He's like, bro, can you do this? And you're like,
We gonna need to drape your top, homie.
you realize that it's two different hair textures here, buddy, right? It happens all the time. They'll come in like, yeah, I want
They
this
want the hard
design
part.
right here.
Yeah.
Boom. And you're like, bro, that's
You know
not your
what-
type of hair.
You know what I love that's coming back is the fucking flat top. I think that shit
Yeah, I
is
see a bunch
sick.
of people doing that. You
The
know what?
flat
Then you
top
brought
is
it
the
back,
shit.
Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
Brock Lesnar had to bring that
That
back.
boy looked like Street Fighter. What's that dude's name from Street Fighter? The straight up military guy.
Oh, man, I can't even
He
remember.
literally got a tattoo of a K bar on his chest. That man is so scary. That's who reminds, like, if Alexander was like 6'4" or however tall
Oh, yeah,
Brock
we're
Lesnar is,
done.
woo, that would be
Done.
one scary human. I'm Tyrone, and I'm here to fuck your bitch, dog. I'd be so scared.
I'm not fighting, man. I'm not fighting.
Yeah, motherfuckers are wild, dude. And to go off of the hygiene, make sure you guys are washing your ass, man. Shout out
Even
to
at the gym, man.
shout out to showers.
Yes. Shout out the shower and like.
Yeah, I feel bad sometimes. So like, every other. So for people that don't know, every other day we have like the gi jujitsu classes. I feel stupid walking up there if I did not wash my gi like between, because I'm a fucking sweater. I'm a sweater. I drink a lot of water.
Same here.
I'm not as fit as I used to be, so I can start breathing. I'm gonna start sweating. If I take the sweatshirt off, I'm sweating right now. Right? That's my issue. That's my curse. It's my gift and my curse. I'm slippery when I'm fucking no gi, but it stinks up my actual gi. But when motherfuckers,
That's why I
you
have,
can just
like-
tell it's
I
like
have,
dingy and brown. You're like, bro, wash your gi.
Wash it.
There's a difference between a faded gi and a dirty gi, and we know it.
I'll
We're
take
just
a
not
fade.
saying shit. And that's why I love Sensei Nate too, because that motherfucker, he'll literally be like, "Hey guys, quick announcement. Make sure you guys are washing your gi."
Straight up. Thank
Like,
you.
you're such a gangster, dog.
Thank you so much.
And that's why I love him too, because like he's a great middle. Because Sensei Wright, I think we could say he's like old school. Like he was the first to bring jujitsu to like the ENC, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then Sensei Nate came in and he starts training with him, right? So he is the in between,
For sure.
not injured, right?
For sure.
Ready to go. And just I don't want to say that Sensei Wright's an old guy. I'm just saying, like, as far as injury wise, he just can't go as hard as he wants to.
For sure.
And you can see, you know, he's a fighter because you can see he wants to fucking. He actually just hip throwed me the other day, and he was like, "All right, man, like, just you know how to fall. I'm gonna do it, but I'm gonna go full speed. It's really hard to show this
without the
full
speed, right?
And this man put me on my ass. And for everybody, shout out to Sensei Wright. Everybody that doesn't know, this man is the king of mental games, right?
Absolutely.
And it comes down to his outfit, dog. His outfit will have you fucked up because he'll come in there, and this is how you know he's old school. He's wearing like the Affliction, like button up,
Yes.
very old school, like 2006 UFC like outfit, right? And that's how you would see like he's like one shirt away from wearing tap out gear still. You know what I'm saying?
I think he still
He
got some
still
tap out
got
shorts somewhere.
Actually, matter of fact, he does wear the tap out shorts. But his mental game, that's what he always preaches. And
For
I'm like,
sure.
yo, Sensei, your outfit is misleading, dog. Could you imagine trying to rob Sensei Wright, but like you just think
you're done.
Yeah, you're done.
You're done.
Here's how dangerous this man is. Not only could he give you the 3-piece and a soda, he carries. He's got a concealed carry.
Sure.
That man will take your life.
Put you out. Not only that he can do it with his hands, he will do it. Like,
he will do it with a weapon. And that's what he always preaches. So, like, in my head, every time he's like, yeah, I play a very mental game. I'll look at the ref and then, like,
dude.
And I'm like,
have he caught you with a hip bump trick?
Yeah.
Bro, I come back. I'm rolling with him. He's this was before the hip surgery thing, right?
Yeah.
So he has me, boom, I'm in guard, I'm on top, and all of a sudden he goes, and I like look, and when I look, he hip bumps me the other way, and I'm like, oh man, I instantly knew what he was doing.
Yeah.
And I was like, I can't believe I fell for that.
He's the fucking
I can't believe I fell for that. I legit know what you're doing when you do this.
Yeah.
And I just fell for
every
it.
single time.
Like,
it does not fail, dog. And here's the thing. His demeanor is so calm that I can tell he's like a pit bull who retired. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
He's like a pit bull who retired, so now he's just got to wear. He's like your older dog, right? He's just chilling.
Yeah.
His days are behind him. He just wants to pass the knowledge along, and he's kind of like
he's smooth with it,
boosting y'all up. And that's the one thing I love about Sensei Wright is that absolutely nothing feels like an issue to him, right? Like if you want to go train at Enrique's place, you can, right? It's like a sister school to them. Because that's when I first started going to the gym. Sensei Watson was still doing the MMA course and the cage fit stuff out of Sensei Wright's place. I think it was until the Cherry Hill spot he had closed that and then moved to Swansboro. That was the in between. So I was still going.
That's
there.
when I was hurt. That's how I wasn't back at the gym.
Yeah. He's just, dude. He's nothing but a booster, man.
Yeah.
I feel like everybody that's around him, he just like. He doesn't feel what's the word I'm looking for? He doesn't feel like obligated to like receive thanks, right? Like he's not looking for the thank you.
Absolutely not. This guy is so smooth and so like humble with what he does and what he have.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, when I came back to the gym personally, I'll give you a quick story. I came back to the gym. I was supposed to be. We was like number one rivals in Jacksonville, and like the people that I was with, they were family of mine or whatnot, and they had their fallout for whatever reason, and they went and opened up on their own. Me following family, I went with them.
Yeah.
So long story short, I had a bunch of stuff that happened, and I split with the other team, and I didn't have nowhere to train.
Tell me right now this thing ain't recording. I'm gonna be so upset. Normally it has the light. Oh no, it wasn't. That's okay. We still got the audio.
We got the audio. We're good.
Yeah. Damn, dog. That's shitty. My bad, dog. That's all right. We can still clip this one out.
It's important.
Yep. I fucking pushed the goddamn button. This is why I fucking suck, man.
You button pusher.
I'm so fucking mad. We literally just did a 45-minute fucking podcast and I didn't even fucking record. God fucking damn it, dude. What a fucking move.
We're in the game, though. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's not how we fell.
Yeah.
It's how good we get back up from it, right?
Hey, it's fucking trials and tribulations, people.
Absolutely.
No, but to get back to it.
Yo, back to my story, though. Yeah, so, we had, fallouts and all that other stuff and political stuff, let's say it like that, in the MMA world or whatnot. Gym versus gym and blah, blah, blah. So I was part of the other gym. And I had split ways or whatnot from the MMA game for a while.
Yeah.
I finally came back to it with Veronica wanting to do a fight with my fiance Veronica. So I came back to the old gym, the other gym, and I was trying to get a cage for Veronica because I had Veronica ready as far as physical and the hands and all the other stuff, but I did not put her in a cage. So I was feeling like that's going to be a big if we don't prep for that.
Yep.
So the only two local places that had cages were, this place and Martial Arts and More.
Yeah.
And this place legit told me, you guys are not going to be allowed in the gym together and da-da-da. And where my fiance is not at, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I will not step a place in there, right? So it is what it is. I went back and then, I made a phone call and I was like, screw it, I'm gonna gamble.
Yeah.
I'm supposed to be the rival, but let's see what happens. And I hit him up. I hit up Jim Wright and, hey man, I need a place to train. I need a cage for sure. And I'm trying to get Veronica ready for this fight and, see if I can come in there and I'll pay whatever I got to pay. Yeah. Sign up your waiver and do whatever it is.
He squashed that shit real quick.
Man, no problem, dude. I come in there. He had just had hip surgery. This man goes in there. If you know Jim Wright, you know that he's huge with the Halloween scenario. Yep. So he had the whole cage filled up with Halloween stuff, and it was like a haunted house and all this stuff. Legit just told me, come on through.
Yeah.
I pull up with Veronica, bags ready, gloves ready, everything. As soon as I get there, he's all sweaty. He's like, there it is, man. Just cleaned up.
Do your thing.
He had just had hip surgery and legit was like, clean the whole mess up. Yeah. Let me go in there. Let me use the gym.
That was the first hip surgery, right?
That was the first hip surgery. Yeah, the first hip surgery. So he let me use the gym and this and that. And, there was always questions. What does the guy want? What is he going to do? Is he going to stay here? Is he really going to be? And I proved myself. I proved myself that, hey, this is, I consider this home. This feeds my family. Yep. This is the place that I'm going to be. This is the place that I'm going to represent. And 100%. If you know me and I give you my loyalty, I'm 100% loyal. 100% loyal.
Because you're also a big draw, man. I think a lot of things that you brought to the gym, right, with the striking and the flair of the gym, right? To me, when I first started there, it felt very family oriented. I could have went to Combat Club. I could have went to some of the other places. I just heard horror stories from there. And I liked the environment that me and my kids could train at a place, but it wasn't like watered down fucking, what's that shit? Tiger, what was that one? White Tiger, whatever. You know what I'm talking about? The martial arts that was always on commercials and shit.
Not really, but.
So back up in Jersey, dog, we had this place, I think it was Tiger Shoals. And it was like, you could tell it was just this watered down, like, karate, like weird, just like family gym. It just felt like a cash grab, right?
Yeah.
And that's what Sensei Wright's place doesn't feel like. Shout out to Martial Arts More. It doesn't feel like that at all. Like it feels like you can go at the pace you want. If you want to go to every class and you want to learn to stand up and you want to go hard, you can. You can come to Wild Out Wednesday, dog.
Yes,
you can come to Wild Out Wednesday and get down. Or you could get some hard rolls in with Sensei Nate and get your life choked out of you. And here's one person I keep forgetting because he never really comes to the jiu-jitsu portion of it. I think it's just because the karate. But Coach Aaron, man, he's a fucking monster.
He's a dog, man. Yeah. Coach Aaron. Hey, shout out Coach Aaron. He's been one of my guys on the mornings. He comes in and he's one of my guys that, I'm throwing him around. He's throwing me around. Yeah. We're banging in there.
I feel like as far as cardio-wise, he can put you there.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean,
every time I roll with him, man, I feel like I'm literally with one of those wooden dummies. His frames are insane. I feel like I'm wrestling wood. Hard grained mahogany is what that man.
He's been big part of this training camp for this fight against Justin. Too. So it's important. He got really good wrestling. I'm using every single bit of Coach Aaron's wrestling.
He's like a chain wrestler, like by trade, right? Is that how he grew up? Because I know Sensei Nate. Did Coach Aaron come through with Nate? Right? Is that how the relationship started for the gym?
From the bit that I know, it put in the story, just just together in puzzles. He knew Coach Nate from where they lived, New York, New Jersey, wherever they were at, and then
came down.
He had a school out there. Nate had a school out there, and then he was one of the students. So then they brought him down, and he's just been a big plus for the gym. I mean, this year, Martial Arts and More hit records. Yeah. Even through the whole pandemic thing and the whole scenario, our team was so solid that we were able to, we didn't just survive through it. We were able to make it and continue on like nothing. Now, we didn't never skip the beat.
Shout out to this gym because we were washing mats when everything was locked down. So we were scrubbing the mats with some gi. We did it all. So like when I got back, I got back from a 9-month deployment, man. I was gone for almost a year, and it wrecked me. One, because I'm paying for the membership. I'm not training, right? Mm-hmm. But what I did was I flipped it and I started teaching guys some jiu-jitsu out on deployment. So they had mats to bring out, right? little those big ass wrestling mats.
Yeah,
the
rollouts.
Yeah,
with the little circles.
So what I was doing is I'm a good instructor, so it just kind of translated over. I've trained jungle warfare. I've been like a mount instructor. So for mount, that's like a urban tactics stuff.
Gotcha.
So as far as teaching, I'm right there. I love being in front of people too. Obviously, I have a fucking podcast.
Yeah, right.
I love talking. Priscilla, my wife, she fucking hates it. She's like, yo, you don't shut up, but it's me. So any chance I can get up in front of people,
Absolutely.
I'm fucking right there. So on deployment,
you're funny as shit too.
Again, fucking iron sharpens iron, right?
Yeah.
So I would teach guys and we would drill some stuff, and then like anything that I knew, I would hit up Sensei Nate. He didn't have an issue with it, and he would send me stuff that I needed to go over. And
that's one thing about it.
And then I just tried keeping as solid as I could while on deployment.
Mm-hmm.
And then they shut the fucking gym down. Spain, dude. Spain was crazy, right? So like 2 days before we were supposed to come home, they go, oh, we're getting extended. And we're like, oh, okay, cool. So like, when are we going to come home? Like, it was like 2 weeks, 3 weeks. They were like, oh, we don't know. Everybody's mouth went,
what?
Oh, we were supposed to leave that Monday. Friday, they told us, they were like, yeah, we're getting extended, guys. And I was like, dude, I was already six and a half months into this deployment. I'm like, yo, I need to go home.
Yeah, homesick, all kinds of other stuff happening.
Well, my biggest, it's not, look, Priscilla, my wife is the best when it comes to deployment. She handles everything, right? And the biggest issue I have when I'm gone is my kids, man.
Yeah.
Like, not being there. Like, the thing that I hated the most, right, was like, so I never met my dad. And for, the first 6-7 years of my life, my biological mom raised me, but then I was adopted at age, I think it was like 10 or 11. And like having that family member not like there for your support, I can just tell it like it affects the kids.
Yeah,
and
sure. I know all about it.
Dog, that's the one thing I don't want somebody else raising my kids, right? But that's why I like having them at the gym, right? Because there are a bunch of kind-hearted people that work there.
Right.
And it's kind of like a community effort when it comes to that. Like, Coach Kaylin, she'll be the first one to fucking, yo, there's class, right? She's the
and everybody goes,
yeah, I feel
quick,
bad.
fast, in a hurry.
So bad, right? Like, because I know that's not her job to do that, but that's what happens when you got trained, man.
It happens all the time. It happens all the time.
Yeah, I learned not to feel as bad about it, because like, then there's days where like the kids will behave, and you're like, bitch, why couldn't you do this all the days? Then they all start getting riled up. They're all hitting the knee bag thing. The bag that gets abused the most by that kid
is that knee bag.
That knee bag that's just hanging there. For everybody that doesn't know, the bag itself is kind of like a potato, right? And it just kind of hangs from the rig, so it swings. So the kids love to just fucking hang on to that thing like it's Ninja Warrior and just sail across the fucking gym.
Oh, they love.
They have no regard for anybody.
I've seen the funniest smacks on that thing. Yeah. One kid pulling their bag and the other one's on the other side, but he don't realize it, and all of a sudden she lets go and went boom, and he just flew right out. I'm like,
yeah.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
And then I busted out laughing.
Yeah, once there's no
so
arms broken.
Funny, right?
I tell my daughter, she's fucking tougher than my son. She'll fall and be like, I'm okay. And she bases it off of your reaction. So I just learned to not react when they fall. I'm just like, all right, get up.
Get up, keep going.
And I think that's it's working out for me.
Right.
But another question I had, dog. I know you ride the Trump train. So as far as the 2020 election, man, how do you foresee this? I understand that Biden was already elected, but for me, I have to say honorable President Trump. His Twitter posts, man, I think it's ridiculous. I think as a president, you should not own a Twitter account.
I agree, but hey, Lincoln used the first form of being able to open up to the public and stuff like that, and he was really good at it.
And writing letters.
Shout out Donald Trump for being our president, the best president the United States ever had.
Got that double stimmy check, dog.
Yay!
I'm a little upset. It's not $2,000 a pop, but I'll take it.
Hey, so I don't know if you could put it in the podcast or whatnot, but I had a buddy of mine, Rai, shout out Rai for the flyer. He knew, he found out I was having a fight coming up and all this stuff, and he puts me up a flyer with me when I won my XFP title on it, boom, and then he puts Donald Trump in the back, and then he puts in the bottom stimulus to remember us and all this stuff. So, you know what I'm saying? Now that we got the Trump bucks out there, everybody got that.
And it's for
everybody got the stimulus. By the way, save those Trump bucks and make sure that you spend them on February 6th tickets for the fight.
I'll post it on the video so you guys can all see now that the fucking video's recording. So
yeah, right.
Myself, but I'll put it on there. It's that picture of President Trump. He's cropped onto fucking Rocky's body. It
is hilarious.
This flyer is one of the funniest things I think I've seen from promotions in a while. But dude, honestly, I think he makes another run at it in 2024.
I believe he can, and I believe he will.
You know who I voted for? You're gonna hate me for this. I went Joe Jorgensen, dog.
What?
I went JoJo. Yeah. I went JoJo, dog. Here's the thing. Here's my opinion on the politics. Everybody's so far left, everybody's so far right? There's no real in between.
Right.
And I think to have somebody on the independent would just be a nice change of pace. Right? Because if you think about it, we always go hard correction, right?
Right.
Right now we have a Twitter shit poster, right?
Yeah.
He's just.
That's why I love him. By the way, that's why I love him. He don't call himself a politician.
Yep.
He calls himself a businessman.
Yep.
And he's straight up, bro.
Yeah.
Straight up. If you don't like it, hey, sorry for you.
It is what it is. That's how he kind of lives, right?
It's you gotta have some balls to run this country, and he's all about that.
Yeah,
he's all about putting his foot down and not allowing nobody to come in here and try to mess with our stuff. He's all about keep your business out there, China. Keep your business out there, Russia. Keep your business. Let us do us, and that's what I love about him. You know what I'm saying? So people got mixed feelings about it, especially a lot of my Puerto Rican family. They're like, dude, what are you supporting that devil? Why are you doing
Puerto
this?
Rico's weird too, because they're still trying to separate themselves.
Well, as far as the politics stuff, there's so much corruption and all that stuff over there. And it's not a conspiracy if it's true. Yeah, it's not a conspiracy if it's true.
How about all those water bottles they found? Right, that whole facility filled up.
They took a little video of my man's throwing a little bit of paper towels and stuff to a group. And just turned it around because the fake news is horrible. Yeah. Turned it around and went ahead and made it this big old deal about he's offending them and treating them like crap. But they don't look up back whenever he got that nice little stimulus check and everybody out here buying guns and rhino trucks, because that's what they did. Yep. Puerto Rico, you look at it right now, it's so bad. It's and shout out to my people in Puerto Rico. I love them to death. I 100% Boricua till I die. Yep. But the country is bad. They went through the hurricane scenario. They went through
2 hard ones too.
Yeah, then they went through a bunch of the earthquake stuff that happened over there. Yeah. They've been through crap over crap over crap, it's tough. It's tough over there. Yep. So going back to my Mr. Man's Trump, he helped out the way he could, but the politics over there are so corrupt.
And that's the thing. Everybody keeps forgetting, dog. You get handed the shit sandwich that the person previous to you made.
For sure.
You're eating their fucking dookie apple butter,
for
whatever
sure.
the fuck it is.
For sure.
Right? So and everybody that voted for the soon-to-be President Biden, first of all, there's no way he makes it through a full term.
No,
I don't think so.
Some way, somehow he will disease or what is it? Something will happen to him. Let's say that.
Let me be clear. We don't wish it upon him.
I'm not wishing it upon him, and I'm not wishing upon him nothing. But just some way, somehow, you already know what's gonna happen. It's history, y'all.
I wanted JoJo, dog, because minus some of the policies that she believes in, without getting in trouble because of my current job, I agree with some of her policies. The weirdest thing, though, is try and search up a clip of her. They are very little, right?
Very small.
And as the media, right, you're going to cover the shit that's fake, right? Like you're going to turn it around, right? That's literally the ammunition they use, right?
For sure.
It was interesting to me that there is very little content on her. So it's almost as if, I don't want to say they're suppressing, right? But if they're not covering her and trying to flip her shit around, she's got to be spitting some real facts.
Some real facts.
Some real facts. So I voted for her thinking, and here's the funniest thing. At work, we have this like giant monitor. They pull up the polls. She had maybe, I think, 200,000 votes or something like that within the United States. I was like, damn, dog. Literally, the Marine Corps is at like 200 and something thousand. It's like the Marine Corps voted for. That was it. And then this was the closest election we've ever had. I think it ended at like 51-50 or some shit like that.
Something like that. Yeah, it was very, very tight. It was very tight. I can say that.
I think it was the stimulus check that did it, dog. Everybody was like, yo.
For sure.
Everybody was trying to hop
they
back
quit
on
to talk about, but my man's just trying to put some good bucks in your pocket right now.
2019, there were longer lines for the Popeyes chicken sandwich than for the fucking inline voting.
True. That's true.
Oh, man.
Hey, but it is what it is, man.
So we touched a little bit on politics. I'm not a very political guy. I think I have
me either, by the way.
I have opinions.
Me either.
Yeah.
I just started this. I was awake. I was
People
woken.
ask, yeah.
Like people are saying now. I was woken.
Yeah.
And
well, it's hard not to be when it's so in your face, man.
It's right on you, bro.
And
then if you know, it's a lot of them are facts out there.
Yeah.
Like, you know, people call us crazy
You go to
conspiracy theorists and all this other
it's
stuff.
you using an unbiased network, and they're like, you're a conspiracy theorist. It's like, no, I just want I just want the information. I don't want an opinion on it from whichever news network. I just want the information.
Exactly.
So, like these aliens, bro. Aliens 2021, dog. If there's any year for these aliens to show themselves,
let's go. Where can I see them?
I was listening to Joe Rogan. He said we all need as a world, right? The whole Earth just needs to take off one day. Everybody drops some LSD, and then maybe the aliens will come. I was like, that is fucking insane, because I couldn't even imagine like stuck up white people or like some stiff person just like trying to relax on that. I've never dabbled in it, but I would just imagine from the shit that I've seen via TV. Everybody keeps saying that like that's not how it happens, but I think that would just be a funny concept, because it would be even more crazy now that the monoliths have just been coming around, right? That the fucking aliens actually came.
Come up and just sit on top of it. We're like, oh no, we're all caught up in the conspiracy now.
I get the tinfoil hat out every once in a while, dog. There's no way there's no aliens. We can't be the only anomaly.
There's no way.
Fucking way. There's no way. But so, dog, your hustle, right? So as far as is it a hairstylist, right? Is that how do you what is the job description that you would
for what I do as far as cutting hair? By the way, that's my hobby.
Yeah.
I cut hair as my hobby because when I was little, I had an uncle of mine that was a hairstylist.
Yeah.
And I wasn't much into a barber.
Mm-hmm.
And he always gave me like these little cuts, and like my hair will be
Trim you up.
Straight here, just take my sideburns and cut them off, take the back, line it up, and then I had this little like T-peak looking haircut. Yep. By the way, that's what they used to call me. That's what they used to call me when I was small. Growing up in Puerto Rico, it was bohío. Bohío is like the Indian T-peak or whatnot. And I was like having this little haircut, and that was what they used to bully me on. Yeah. And I just became, I was like, man, I want to learn how to do this right. And I had a passion for it since I was little, and I picked up a pair of clippers at like 13, 14 years old, and got really good at it.
You know damn well, like when you get a fresh cut, you feel different.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Especially when it's done right. There is nothing better than a new haircut. I was telling that to Priscilla because she got, I think she went to you for her head, right?
Yeah.
My wife, she got like the back of her head shaved. I love it. I want her to straighten her hair back out. She keeps fucking around.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo. You said you were gonna cut your hair so you can start straightening it out. She's like, yeah, I'll do it in the morning. And then she's late. She ain't doing it now. But I fucking love the haircut, man. And dude, your fades are fucking nasty, man.
I get down, man. At one point, I was part of Faith Factor Barbershop's team, and they focus on like going out to shows and stuff like that. And I was a student. In barber school, and they took me under their wing. I was like, let's go, y'all. Let's take you to compete.
Do they do travel, right? Can you like book appointments? Because I know each barber in there on their own, right?
Are legit. Every single barber at Faith Factor is legit. They all have to follow up They all have to hit certain criteria in the order. You know, you got to be able to use the razor. You got to be able to shave to the skin, which a lot of barbershops don't do down here.
Yeah.
You got to make sure those
They're
blends
scared,
are
man.
in there.
You want to get that bald, like that nice,
bald
like
skin, crispy fade that will last you a whole week. You know what I'm saying?
And it's crazy because guys will literally. So we in the military. For people that don't know, we obviously have to get haircuts, right?
Every week.
But you'll see some dudes walking around with straight up hard ass lines, and I'm like, yo, how did you look in the mirror? I know he showed you the mirror, or her. I know they showed you the mirror.
Right.
You just gonna walk out with your fucking head. You look like oh shit, what is that? They fucking it's like a comic book haircut. Yeah, it's just lines.
I seen them.
No face.
I seen them, and there's so many barbers.
I've gotten a few of them, dog. I'm like hungover. I'm sitting in the chair. I'm the gross dude that we were talking about, just
sitting back.
Like the only reason I'm here on a Sunday is because I have to get the fucking haircut.
I have to get it by Monday morning. Then they give you a 3-minute haircut.
Yep.
And they're sitting there like
it's a $5 place.
Yeah,
it's a $5 place, and they expect a tip. Like, bitch, 20% of that is $1, bro.
Yeah, bro.
I'm handing you.
Those are the ones that are killing the game out here, though.
Yeah.
Like, come on, man. If you're doing a haircut for $5, just stop.
Buying out. Yeah.
Just stop. Yeah. Just stop. Come on. Like, I spend $5 on just hairspray.
Now, do you charge for the haircut in and of its own? Like, if it's a low fade because you're not taking as much hair off?
I don't charge.
Oh, wow.
What I do is, like I said, it's my hobby.
Yeah.
I had some issues with State Barber Board and all that other stuff where, I had to sit back. So now what I do donations only.
Hell yeah.
Whatever you desire to give me is what I take.
Hell yeah.
I know my haircuts are legit.
You should open up a company called Only Fades.
Only Fades, huh?
You can subscribe to it, dog. Only
the Only Fades, I get it.
Yo. Get your fucking tips in, dog.
So I do donations only, and that's the way I move.
That's the move. And here, I think when you put the word donation on it too, people feel a lot more generous. Yeah. Right. Especially when you do good work.
Right.
And you're doing the work that you do. You want to repay them, or you want to I would want to donate to you for the great service.
Your time, your service, your personality, your work, your quality.
Yeah.
You know,
a lot of people don't look at it as time. They look at it as a haircut, right? And where I'm from, haircuts are a big fucking thing. Mm-hmm. So coming here and you get these country dudes that you could tell just never got haircuts before, so they get the shitty ones.
For sure.
It's weird. It's a weird you don't take care of yourself, dog. Women get pedicures, they get their feet done, they get their nails done, right? And then guys, we get our fade.
Right.
If you look at I'm sure you've been looking at it, dog. I'm like a fucking werewolf. I promise you. My fucking hair here, dude, I'm such a hairy fuck.
Bro, I clean it all, bro. Yeah. We get the eyebrows done, we get the hard part
on my ears, dog. I have hair on my ears. I have to have Priscilla, my wife. I have to have her just clean it up every once in a while because I can't fucking see.
But yeah, man, the hustle don't stop, man. We grind, as far as the barbering, like I said, it's a hobby, so it never stops there. But fighting is my number one hustle right now. Fighting,
it needs to be, man. It's your
I'm
life.
I'm dedicating legit all my day.
Yeah.
To fighting. Yeah. I don't take a day off. I'm working. If it's not coming out and stretching for an hour, if I'm not out running 3 miles, if I'm not, I'm at the gym making sure I'm putting in some.
My body is best when I do active recovery days, right? Just to get the blood moving.
For sure, just get it going. For sure.
I'll come in here so everybody can't see, but the fucking studio, my gym is also in my studio. I'm like fucking mini Joe Rogan here.
Yeah.
I have a gym here. I got my tunes, right? I'll come in here, slam some barbells. The kids will come in here, jump some rope. I feel most optimal when I'm drinking water and fucking hitting those just small little 20 minutes of bottom.
That's me, man.
Yep, just
that's me. I can't go a day without working out. If I don't work out, and I wouldn't say I kick off my day working out because my schedule is very iffy.
Yeah.
So there'll be days that I have to be dad.
Mm-hmm.
I sit back with the kids and I have to make sure.
But
everything, I gotta make sure I fix the stove. I gotta make sure I turn around and tie the dog up, or I gotta, as a dad, also my schedule shakes up a lot. But as soon as I get that chance in the morning, I'm shooting out to the gym. I'm getting my rounds in. I'm trying to get everything, my blood flowing. And then my day continues. If I go that day without it, it's so like
sluggish.
Like you're like died down and like everything bothers you and it's so like I don't know. It just drags. Your day just drags through. So.
I think it's because you're so used to having your day filled up that like when that space isn't filled by working out or something active, it just feels like it's dragging because normally you're not living that hour. You're just kind of working through it. You're in your own head. You're fucking, banging barbells. You're fucking hitting the bag. You're stretching, whatever it is. But your time is occupied. So when you have that additional time, you just feel like I know. Last week I chose not to record my podcast for Christmas. I felt so like. Stupid.
You missed.
Yeah.
You
I was
missed.
like, damn, dude, it's like I just had so much time on my hands because I'm that person too. My wife knows it. So I'll look at my schedule for the week and see where I can put stuff in because if I have dead space, I feel just wrong, right? Like and it goes back to that hustle, right? Like if I'm not filling my day, even I'll like section out in my head, like, okay, I'm gonna give myself an hour to play with the kids. We'll come in here and we'll play with the RC cars, we'll ride some bikes. We'll do that, but like if I'm not filling my schedule that day is just terrible. It drags the kids annoy me way more.
Everybody goes through that.
And they're like reaching their butt, like, what are you doing, dog?
He'll be sitting there watching YouTube and he's like, Mom, across the room. You're like, dude, get up and go get it yourself. It's insane. But kids are kids. So.
Dude, I'm super excited. I think we'll close it out here. I'm super excited for this February 6th fight. I'd love to get you guys both on, whether it's a FaceTime video or we could do in person and we'll do it with him. I'm sure you guys are cordial with each other, but hopefully there'll be some shit talking.
We're pretty smooth. I don't know him personally. I have a bunch of people that have told me he's just a small, better version of SpongeBob. So I know he's gonna wrestle. I know he's a wrestler. He's a ECU wrestler from what I have seen and what I have got. So I know it's gonna be a grappling match. I'm ready for it.
For that,
I wrestle with some of the best guys in Jacksonville. I got some of the best black belts right behind me, making sure that I'm capitalizing the game plan at all time. My team is solid. My diet is solid. My mind, my body, everything.
You seem locked in, man.
I'm locked in. I'm locked in. I'm on fight mode. Everything is, just staying focused, making sure that everything is going step by step to that day. After the day is there, it's just gonna be just press play and the movie is on. So. Shout out to my coaches, Coach Nate, Coach James Wright, Coach Aaron for helping me out, Yuki for coming in, sparring with me, Thomas, everybody that comes in, all my students, shout out to every single one of you guys, even my kiddos, my small little competition teams, when I'm going in there and I'm teaching these kids, I'm also learning off of them, I'm also in there training, everybody's part of this training camp. The entire gym, I got 100+ people.
It's a community effort. That's, I think, why there's so much hard work that's going into this that, like, you're going to have a turnout in Myrtle Beach. There is no way everybody at that gym is not going.
For sure.
At least if you claim yourself to the gym. I know there's, like, kids go there to train and their parents bring them because they want to train, but I'm talking about, like, the people that are dedicated, that are in there, Monday,
every
Wednesday,
day,
Friday.
like, every day seeing me. And those just alone off the top of my head, I have 50+ tickets sold. So there's going to be a lot of promoting. There's going to be a lot of putting out there for, making sure you guys are updated with all the information. I want to give a quick shout out to my sponsors. My number one sponsor, Brown Derby Pub. They're hooking me out. They're showing some mad love. They're up in it's a small bar. They serving open bar drinks. One of these days we got to go up there and have a blast. Maybe bring the whole team up there. Faith Factor Barbershop, hooking me up, making sure that whatever I need, travel, whatever, they're right there with me. Shout out my boy Trini, my brother Trini. Shout out my boy Cruz. Also, if you're looking for tickets, go and check them out. Martial Arts and More. Martial Arts and More, that's my home. That's my second home.
Yep.
I mean, shout out to every single one of my students at Martial Arts and More, every single one of my family members from Martial Arts and More. You guys are awesome. Thank you guys so much for all your support. Coach Chino is coming to work. Coach Chino is putting in the work. Coach Chino is getting ready for February 6th is going down. Y'all already know how I train. Y'all already know how I fight. My head is in the game at all time, and I'll make sure that it stays there.
So no slippery mats this fucking
no
time.
No slippery mats. It's indoors. We're going to be able to dance a little bit, throw them hands, and grapple. This fight is going to be a sprawl and brawl. So I already know it's a sprawl and brawl type fight. I just got to get ready for the sprawl and brawl. And you know, best of luck to my opponent, Justin Trey. I don't got much shit to talk because I'm not that guy. I just make sure my work proves himself and shows himself. But come ready because I'm ready. That's all I can say.
Goddamn right.
Know? Come ready because I'm ready. Nick,
hey,
I had a blast, bro.
I appreciate you, brother.
You're awesome, bro.
Hey,
y'all gotta check my boy out.
We're gonna be doing these episodes. I'm gonna have interviews from people of all walks of life. I'm gonna ask the trash man if he wants to do an interview if he's got an hour. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so, he might sit down with you.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So. Please stay tuned, like and subscribe if you guys haven't already. I'll put in the bottom of this video. Sorry we didn't record most of it, but the whole podcast will be available for audio everywhere you guys can get it. Spotify, fucking Apple iTunes, right? Yeah, it'll be everywhere. Breaker. So tune in for the fucking full podcast. Sorry I only had a short amount for the video. I love you guys. Thanks for coming back. Chino the Gritty, Duarte. Come on.